It feels great to be back in the DMV. This is where I believe me and my brother have the biggest support. This is where we went through our high school days, where we decided we wanted to make the Olympic team, where people, gave money so we could just go to the Olympic trials. And this is the place where people cheer for me on TV when they show back home. And this is the place I feel love. This is where dreams are born.
Good old rental car. Head to the PG Sports Complex. This is actually where we did like almost all our indoor races in high school. So we actually would have our like regionals here. We're very close with the people here. Even one of the coaches that was one of our opposing teams, we became very close with him, and he's actually in charge of like all the track and field that happens there. But we're going there doing a meet and greet. To be honest, we do this usually for like all the cities that we've lived in or had a part of our like track career in. Of course, we want to do more, but gosh, these things take a lot of time, and we don't got that much. But we do, plan to explore more. So it's gonna be pretty quick. We're gonna be doing like a 30-minute Q&A followed by like 30 minutes of pictures. We're gonna be setting out some of the medals. I think Mom wanted to give away maybe a pair of spikes or a jersey or something. Usually there's like some type of raffle, and everybody just has fun. So this is gonna be pretty fun, pretty standard for us. Get in, get out.
I don't report that one. Hey, Adidas spikes.
Really, since we were like kids, we've had like a lot of people give to us like through track and field and stuff like that. We've had literally coaches donate spikes to us. We've had people, pay for us to go to track meets and things like that. Just to get to like the level we are, there's so many people, like a whole communities that have given to us, and that has got us to where we are today. So the idea for the foundation is, just like we had so much support, we want to be able to give support to other kids on all levels. So we created the Lyles Sports Foundation, and through that we've been able to have camps, we've been able to donate gear, we've been able to send kids to track meets, all different kinds of stuff to really just support communities, kids, allow them to get like the best the best gear, the best equipment, best everything.
We are going to do a Q&A because we get a lot of questions from the youth, a lot of questions from parents. So we've assembled a great panel here. If you have a question, raise your hand, and we want to hear it and answer it. So thanks for coming.
My question is, throughout your whole career, your track career, what was one thing that kept you pushing forward? Like, what was one thing that kept you motivated?
So anytime that I touch something or have interest in something, I don't only want to be the best at it, I want to make sure that it's changed by the time I left. And that's what constantly makes me want to keep coming back.
So has there ever been a time in your career where your own expectations on yourself was negatively affecting your ability to improve? And if this has happened, what did you do to correct the situation?
Oh yeah. All of 2021, that was kind of my mindset. I was never at the point where I thought I should be in training. And that's when I figured out I was depressed. So I got on antidepressant medication. And along with me going on antidepressant medication, I upped my sessions of therapy to make sure that I can, get through it as fast as possible. Because if I don't figure out why I believe this, then I'm just going to keep running to the same scenario over and over and over again. And that's, definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So I was gonna make sure that I got through this and figured out why I believe this, because I had great expectations for myself, and even though I had not the year that I wanted, I was gonna make sure that it never happened again.
I just want to say, if you have an athlete who is competing and they don't do as well as they wanted to do, and they come off the track with their head down, or they're crying, or hyperventilating, or all the things that we do as athletes, we don't meet our own expectations. One of the things that I always did with my children, as soon as they finished running, I never asked, did you win? I didn't ask who came in first. I didn't ask what place did you get. I asked 2 questions. How did you feel? And what did you learn? You can come in last place in a race and still ran your best race ever. That's the beauty of track and field. So as a parent, I just want to say it's really important that we show and remind our children that it's not just about place or the medal you got or who won.
So we just got done with the meet and greet today. These are all my brothers. You probably saw them all around in the video. It was pretty interesting. It's always pretty funny, pretty interesting. You get wild questions, fun interviews. And to be honest, it's just about making people, feel like they can do anything. So I think the goal was achieved here.
I am and have been for a while a fan of track and field, and I'm grateful to be able to present the resolutions on behalf of the Council of the District of Columbia to honor these truly wonderful, remarkable young men. How about a big hand for them? I would like to take the opportunity to cite a few highlights from the resolutions and their careers. And gold medalists in the 200 IAAF World Junior Championship 2022, that's this year, okay? World champion in the 200, 2019 world champion, in the 200, 2019 world champion, in the 4x100, the American record holder, in the 200, 2021 world champion gold medalist, in the 200. It's amazing, isn't it? It really is. It's incredible. The 2017 U.S. World Indoor World Champion.
For those of you who might be very familiar with the track and field world, we are probably the last sport to get seen, but the most praised at the Olympics. So when the World Championships comes around and it's in the US, we want to see everybody that is possible to make it. And seeing you, Mayor Gray, there, that meant a lot to us. I think it meant a lot to the city, and not only to the athletes that's come here, but to, I'm gonna say the world, because the world is watching. And it's one thing to have support from family members. I see a lot of people who have been here and known me and my brother since birth, who's, literally watched us grow, turn into men. Known when we were coming up from, North Carolina to DC and the DMV area, and, seeing us when we were struggling, we were dealing with bed bugs, trying to find rent and wondering if our car was going to work that day. But they've, been there throughout this whole time, and it's a community. And I think the hardest thing in the world is when you do get successful, you know, everybody can see that you're trying to get to somewhere and, you know, they want to be attached to that. I've had a lot of conversations where people will usually want to try to grab onto something that you have and try to be, you know, just have their little bit of moment because they feel that they can't get there. And in those moments, I think it's when our family really tries to uplift others to not try to hold on to what we have, but make something for themselves. And sometimes it's hard to do that in your own community. And quoting the Bible here, but you know, this is all right. You know, Jesus will talk about how it's hard to preach in his own city, and you know, you never know what's gonna happen when you come back. Some people might not treat you the same, and that's hard. And I'm getting emotional because I actually don't know. I guess it's I've been through a lot. Right. I think our family's been through a lot, and everything we do, we try to do with the spirit of excellence. And when I look around here, you know, I usually don't go on rants, but when I have people that I feel safe with, I can go into a rant. And this is a place where I feel safe that I can accept this award and, you know, not have to feel that I'm out here trying to be big-headed, but, you know that this community supports us and they want to have the same ideals that we are. That as we accept this resolution, we won't take it for granted and say, hey, this is the stopping point, but we plan to go even further. And I know that everybody here has that same mindset, and that's not only a blessing, but that's the goal, and it's generational things. And I told my mom a few days ago that she's like, I don't want to be the head of the family. And I said, you messed that up a long time ago. Because in my head, I have you being the matron of the family. My grandkids will tell their kids that this is the woman who started the legacy of the Lyles, and whoever else's last name gets attached to ours, and dynasties are formed, and saying like, this is why we do this. This is why when we step into a room, people acknowledge us because we come in with a spirit of excellence. We attack everything with a great being, and that's why everybody wants to reach out and help. But at the same time, you gotta know who you are, because there's a lot of people who don't know who they are out there and they get lost. But there's people like everybody who's in this room to help them find who they really are and what they can achieve. So again, I'd like to thank you for this resolution, because one, it means a lot that the community supports us. And we would have done it anyway, but gosh darn it, it feels good to be recognized for something that you love. You guys, man.
Outstanding concerns, if there are any. Noah and Josephus, thank you very much. We are so honored.
So I'm going to read a proclamation on behalf of my colleagues from the council, and then I'm going to ask Noah and Josephus to come up, and we have some presentations here. So, whereas Olympic medalist and Alexandria native Noah Lyles is a celebrated champion on the track, a relentless advocate of programs supporting mental and physical health, and a mentor to youth around our nation. And whereas Noah Lyles is an esteemed graduate of T.C. Williams, now Alexandria City High School class of 2016, and was this year inducted into the ACPS, Alexandria City Public Schools Athletic Hall of Fame, along with his brother. And whereas since Noah Lyles' graduation, he has become a household name as one of the world's most elite athletes, winning his first world championship in 2019 in Doha, capturing bronze at the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games, and most recently defending his world championship, he became the fastest American ever in the 200 meter, crossing the finish line in 19.31 seconds in Oregon. It's a little quicker than me, a little quicker. Just a little quicker. I think it was 19 minutes, is me. So, whereas Noah Lyles' conduct on and off the track are a benchmark for all Alexandrians, as he has used his global platform to deliver a message which destigmatizes mental health issues. As such, he is a noted and dedicated volunteer to mental health programs and serves as vice president of the Lyles Brothers Sports Foundation, Incorporated, a nonprofit named after Noah and his brother Josephus, also an internationally acclaimed sprinter. And whereas, while Noah has competed at the highest levels of his sport, he has always made time for students and athletes of Alexandria City High School and the city he grew up in. And whereas, for these reasons, he is a worthy advocate for all athletes and Alexandrians, and is thus an ambassador for the city of Alexandria. Now, therefore, I, Justin M. Wilson, Mayor of the City of Alexandria, Virginia, and on behalf of the Alexandria City Council, do hereby recognize and acknowledge the Olympic and global feats, the athletic career, the advocacy and excellent example of Alexandria Olympic medalist and world champion Noah Lyles in the city of Alexandria, and I call this observance to the attention of all of our citizens. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Alexandria to be affixed this 10th day of October, 2022. Now, I know that you guys live in Florida now, but everyone makes mistakes. When you come back to visit, we need a way for you guys to get in, and so we have a key to the city to help you do that, and so I'm going to present that to you as well. Yeah, there we go.
Mr. Noah Lyles.
Winning titles and medalling at Youth Olympic Games as a sophomore. In 2015, he added 2 state titles, a gold medal at the Pan Am Juniors, 2 gold medals at the U.S. Juniors, and a U.S. record in the 200 meters, World Championship, Olympic bronze medal, and the 3rd fastest 200-meter time in history.